Hello, everybody. Kareem K.A. Williams here. Listen, I'm excited. Let me tell you why. We're doing a special edition video. This is called After Graduation. That's right, after graduation. Some of you guys have just graduated high school, college, and this video is to let you know what happens afterwards, or what should happen afterwards, or what decisions you need to make. All right. So this is the high school edition. All right. I'm gonna have to do another video for the college graduates. So this is for high school. All right. Remember, you guys, as I do these videos, as I fulfill my life's purpose, I want to empower you to do the same thing. All right. I always tell you guys, only one person can do the things you can do. Only one person. That's you. All right. So let's start it off. Look, high schoolers, listen, you've just reached a great accomplishment in your life. And, you know, by now you should have chosen a career path. You know what you want to do with your life. Surely you've chosen a good college to go on and study the discipline that you've chosen. Don't take a year off. Don't take a year off, because if you take a year off, you might not ever start school. All right. Listen, you'll never find a job if you don't go to college. You'll never find a job. All right. So listen, what I want you to do is when you graduate, or since you've already graduated, listen, find you a good school, a good college, right? Do your best, make good grades, all right? So that when you graduate from college, you can get a good job, all right? Not true. Foolishness. Listen, everything I just said was a lie or a half lie. Listen, let me tell you, with the exception of you just reached a great accomplishment. You have, all right? That's true. You know, graduating high school is a great thing. Many people don't. So you have just reached a milestone. All right. But guess what? It's not true that by now you should have chosen a career path and know what you're going to do with your life. There are a lot of people who graduate high school, and guess what? They didn't choose a career path yet. You know, when they graduated high school, they didn't know what they want to do with their life. All right. You may not have chosen a college by now. You may not have chosen what you want to study, what your discipline is going to be, what your major is going to be. All right. Listen, not everybody knows right away what they want to do with their lives. All right. So don't listen to that lie. Listen, it's a lie that if you take a year off, you never go to school. That's a lie. It's up to you if you decide to go to school. Some people need to take a year off. Listen, I was fortunate that one of my teachers, and I say only one because there was only one out of so many teachers, you know, throughout my schooling years, only one of my teachers let me know that college wasn't for everybody. Guess what? College is not for everybody. All right? Listen, this whole thing of going to college to make good grades, you guys have heard me talk about this before, but this episode, this video is specifically about this thing about going to college, making good grades, you know, graduating so you can get a good job. Listen, this is just what we've been programmed to do, you know, and for older people, this is what they've been programmed to say, that you need to go to school, that you'll never find a job if you don't go to school. Don't ever take a year off. Listen, some people need to take a year off. All right. Some people, college is not for them. But listen to that thing. Listen to that phrase again. I'm gonna say it again. Go to school so you can get good grades, so that when you graduate, you can get a good job. All right. There's something wrong with that. All right. What about go to school, make good grades, be all you can be, and start your own business? What about that? All right. Enough of parents are not saying that. There's not enough parents saying that. All right. Because when you program or tell your child over and over, you know, you got to go to school so you can get a good job, so you can make good grades, then that's what they hear and that's what they listen to, and that's what they're going to do because you've said it so many times, and they're going to end up working for someone else. Well, I know some of the parents that may be listening to this, maybe that's what you were told. You know, maybe that's how you were programmed, and that's what you're going to pass on to your children. So in the same light, if your children see you working 2 and 3 jobs, you know, when they grow up and they get older, what you think they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing mom did. They're going to do the same thing dad did. Go work 2 and 3 jobs to make a living, because that's the only way they know to survive, because that's what they've seen. That's what they watch. That's the example that was set for them. All right. Listen, you guys, you can start your own business. You don't have to work for someone else. I'm not against school. Let me say this straight out. I'm not against school, but you do not have to go to school to be successful. You do not have to go to school to make a living. You do not have to go to school to be rich. There are people who have dropped out of college and are rich, millionaires. All right. Just look them up. You know, Bill Gates. All right. Good example. All right. A lot of these people started their own business. OK, look, let's move on. We're going to move on. Some of you guys have already filled out your FAFSA form, that government form that lets you know if you're going to get scholarships or grants or help from the government to go to school, you know, loans and scholarships. All right. Some of you probably have thousands in scholarships lined up already. All right. You knew you were about to graduate. You know, you did what you had to do and started filling out scholarship applications and filling out those forms and writing those papers, those essays. All right. Some of you already know your prerequisites to fast track your college education, to fast track your college career, to get done early. You know which classes are needed and which classes aren't really needed. All right, you know which classes are necessary, okay? All right, some of you guys some of you may have even chosen to have a double major. All right, you realize that expanding your knowledge by width can be greater than expanding your knowledge by height. And what I mean by that is, you know, someone with 2 majors, studied two areas of discipline, can get a job faster than somebody that just studied 1. Because a lot of us are programmed that way. We go after one thing, but we don't think about having something to fall back on. All right, so a double major is a good thing. All right, some of you have already checked into the jobs that you want in your field, and you've already studied what they're looking for. You know, what kind of education background are they looking for? You know, what kind of abilities or skill set are they looking for? Some of you guys already know that. That's a good thing. All right. Some of you guys have even talked to somebody who recently graduated in the field that you're about to study. All right. Some of you already talked to a person that's done what you're trying to do. That's a good thing. All right, because they can tell you where they went wrong, their mistakes, what they would have done differently, and you can gain from that. You can learn from that. All right. Listen. Some of you have done these things, and if you've done some of these things, if you've done all these things that I just talked about, then great. Guess what? Great. You know, thank God that you did it. Okay. But for those of you out there who had no clue, who didn't know, you know, some graduates are not as prepared. All right. You know, you don't have the upbringing of the person who lives across the street or in a different city or a different town or a different culture. You don't have the same upbringing, so you didn't know. You weren't aware that, you know, high school was a big thing, because it's your stepping stone to make it to the rest of your life, you know, job-wise, career-wise, financially. All right. Some of you, you know, you don't have the motivation that other people have. Some of you are just unaware. All right. I was one of those people who was unaware of how important high school was, how important it was to know what I was going to do after high school, or if I needed to take a year off to discover what was out there. All right. Some of you are not mature enough. You know, there may be somebody watching this who is just not mature enough. You don't take high school seriously. You don't think college is all that important. You don't even think what happens after graduation. All right. After graduation is important, but it is. All right. Some of you just don't have the guidance. Some of you need a mentor. All right. Some of you have made mistakes. All right. But look, this video is for you. All right. It's all right if you haven't done these things. You can still go back to school. All right, if you choose to do so. But remember, one thing I ask, if you're going to go back to school, don't let it be to work for someone else. Go to school to start your own business. All right. Listen, share this video with every sophomore, junior, senior that you know in high school. All right. Some of them are unaware of what happens next. What's after graduation? All right. Let them know they have choices. Let them know that this information can help them decide how their life is going to be shaped after high school. All right, every you guys have sons, daughters, nieces, and nephews. All right, all your nieces and nephews, all your sons and daughters. All right, young people that look up to you. All right, or even young people that you admire. Share this video with them. All right, you never know what they don't know. You never know what they don't know. All right, remember, you guys, as I fulfill my life's purpose, I want to empower you to do the same. I hope this has been a blessing to you.